As we promised, we are going to speak more about the Youth International Day, which falls on the 12th of August every year, and to shed more light on the event and why already the 12th of August is chosen to be the International Youth Day. We are very much delighted to have with us by phone Professor Dr. Ahmed Montaser, CEO of American Training Academy, who has a doctorate in crisis management in University of Chicago. Thank you very much for being with us, sir, and a very good morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning to you and all your beloved audience all over the world. Thank you.
Let's start immediately, sir, with the choice of the 12th of August. And if you please, I'd like you to shed more light on the day in general and the International Youth Day.
Sure. Thank you so much. So when we talk about International Youth Day, we always remember August 12th because the youth are the backbone of nations and they are the foundation of their culture and social project. So this will help us to remember that any nation, in order to be flourishing and to have the renaissance of nations, we need to remember the youth. So this day started when we had wonderful youth in Vienna, in Austria, and they were talking in 1991 about the importance of highlighting the importance of International Youth Day in order to raise funds to support the United Nations in their partnership program with youth all over the world. Mm-hmm. So thank you for this wonderful question.
So, sir, is it only the governments, or here we are talking also about NGOs, about the private institutions, corporations, stuff like that? Is it a way or a day in which volunteers, for example, can show themselves as part and parcel of our youth movement? And here I'm talking particularly about our developing countries.
What a great question. Definitely. When we talk about International Youth Day, we always need to remember the stakeholders. So we need to remember governments, civil society organizations, NGOs, individuals, volunteers, communities. Because right now in this globalization, we can't only depend on one stakeholder. It's inclusiveness, it's a cooperation, collaborative work. So definitely, as you just mentioned, it's really important to make sure that all the stakeholders are working together to highlight the importance of youth in various aspects of society, in economic development, social justice, and many more events. So as we can all work together in a very collaborative way to make a big impact in the community and worldwide.
Amen to that, sir. But every year, do we have a different theme for celebrating, or it's according to each country's will to celebrate the day?
Of course, we have a theme which is a global theme. So when we talk about the theme for this year, the 2024 theme, we talk about a theme which is From Clicks to Progress, Youth Digital Pathways to Sustainable Development. Let me highlight more about this wonderful theme for 2024. So when we talk about digitalization, so we talk about transforming the world, and this would provide unprecedented opportunities to accelerate the sustainable development. Why? Because right now, when we talk about this digital era, when we talk about mobile devices, services, artificial intelligence, all of those are essential tools to achieve the sustainable development goals that was brought by the United Nations.
Yeah.
So that's why I really love this question, because every year we have a different theme, and the theme for this year is From Clicks to Progress, Youth Digital Pathways to Sustainable Development. Thank you.
Sir, also, I don't know if this is going to be a little bit contradictory with what you have just said, because you were talking about digitalization or digital transformation and how it's the future. And because it's the future, the youth should be all the time, let's say, acquainted with the most latest techniques, with the methods, with ways to lead the future via technology. But what about the social relations, the relations with the families, the sense of belonging to our countries, accepting the other, teaching our youth that when we live in peace and security, this is going 100% to lead us to a better future, spreading awareness, stuff like that. How do you see these issues hand in hand with the very materialistic issues like technology and digital transformation and you name it, as both going together hand in hand to reach a stable life and to reach wise youth to be able to lead our future?
What a great question. Actually, right now, because we are living in the digital era, as I always say, it's really important to remember the importance of people communication and people connection. Because think about it in this way. When we are talking about people coming from different backgrounds, they are coming with, I can say, different nationalities, different ages, different experience, and so on. So when you bring all of those people together and you give them a very comfortable, convenient environment, they can all work together in synergy in a way where they utilize the technology and they utilize the mobile devices, artificial intelligence, all of other things in a way that it can connect them together, not a way that can separate them from each other.
Yeah.
Also, when we talk about the diversity, I always say this, diversity is the key to foster innovation.
Sure.
Why? Because when you have people coming from different backgrounds, everyone will come with their strengths. And when you connect all of those strengths together, you are now leaving a huge impact, not only in your country, but on a global scale. So I loved your question, and it's really nice because we really need to focus on the importance of people, connections, and collaboration, plus the technology and the digital era we are living in. Thank you so much.
Amen to that, sir. But if you permit me, I'm going to add to this the importance of having gatherings for different nationalities. I mean, one of the most important messages which were sent from Egypt, from here with our World Youth Forums, that we brought together youth from different nationalities, from all over the world, to meet together and to know well that the youth can speak only one language: hope for the future. Work hard to achieve your goal, and this is the concept which is implemented on every single youth, a boy or a girl, a young man or a young woman, I mean, whatever his or her nationality is. How do you see, sir, the importance of these gatherings and how they can even promote or boost the way of thinking of youth all over the world?
Great question. And also, let me highlight the importance of the World Youth Forum when we talk about this wonderful question. So when we remember the World Youth Forum, we saw that Egypt took the lead in connecting the youth all over the world and providing them with a platform where you have effective communication between youth from different countries. And this will help us to reach what I always say is the civilization communication, because this will help you to not only follow the trend, but also you are a leader. You are a leader where you connect the youth from all over the world in Egypt, where they can change ideas, where they can analyze the global problems, and they come together with their experience to provide solutions and making action where you are taking the lead with all of the other countries and making a big difference globally. So definitely, it's really important to highlight the World Youth Forum, and it was really great because when we remember this was done under the sponsorship of the President Sisi, and he brought minister governors, the youths from different countries, and they were having workshops. They were having a lot of discussions, and they were also recognizing the youth's effort that made a big difference. So it was really inclusive because you are not only analyzing the challenges and providing solutions, but you are also recognizing people who made a big difference, not
And you
only in
discover,
Egypt,
I'm sorry for the interruption,
worldwide.
sir, and you discover yourself that we do all have many things in common. And you discover that face to face. And you know well how to socialize, how to make friendship relations with people, and to make sure that simply accepting the other and respecting the values, the cultures, the civilizations of the others is such a way to live in peace, to know well that planet Earth can have us all without any kind of disputes or struggles. True?
100%, totally true. When you bring people together, you break the ice between them. You connect with them in a way that we are all thinking about a global vision. How can we have more peace? How can we have a bigger impact in the society? How can we connect together to analyze problems and provide solutions? So totally true, because it's a way where we come together connecting with our strengths in order to make a big difference. Not everyone is thinking only about himself or herself.
Yeah.
It's about the community. It's about global. So nowadays we are in the global era. So globalization, no one can work and succeed by himself or herself.
Yeah.
It's all about how can we work together. How can we work in a synergism where we talk about 1 + 1 not equal 2, it's equal 3, because there is synergistic effect where
Yeah.
we have a greater impact, a wider impact. What a great question. Thank you so much.
Dr. Montaser, you're all the time, I mean, during your daily life routines, you are dealing with youth, okay? As far as I understand from your profession, being a CEO of a youth academy, if I may call it this way. How do you see the mentality of our youth? I mean, our way, the youth's way of thinking, is it different? How do you see the awareness of our youth? How they do evaluate the value of science, of crisis management, of methods of research, of knowing well that whenever they do have a plan based on scientific rules or on strategic thinking, this is the way to reach any goal, not just to go haphazardly and try to achieve your dream, because being that all the time dealing in a haphazard way, this is not at all the way to reach any goal. Do we have this difference right now? Do you have this kind of awareness right now?
Great question. So actually, let me not only talk about the Egyptian youth in Egypt, but also the Egyptian youth all over the world. Because as you just mentioned, due to my work globally and with many countries, I always travel, and I am really feeling mesmerized whenever I go and I see Egyptian youth in different projects worldwide. I always feel that they not only succeed in Egypt, but they are really making a big difference worldwide. And Egyptian youth, they are really talented. When you provide them with a perfect work environment, when you provide them with resources, you will see tremendous successes. You will see that they are really making a big difference, and they can really compete on a global level where the competition is a healthy competition. They connect with other people from different countries. They work with them in cross-functional teams. They work with them in a way they provide solutions. They have clear vision. They are really doing a great job. So definitely, even let me remember that point which was talking about the World Youth Forum. We mentioned about the World Youth Forum, and if we remember the conference and the forum, we had a great idea coming from the youth. They said we really need something related to developing the youth. We need the National Academy for Youth Training and Rehabilitation. So this great idea is also bringing us to the point that even the youth are always seeking the development. They always seek how can we develop ourselves, how can we flourish, foster the talent in order to make a big difference. And after that, on 2017, I guess, the National Academy for Youth Training and Rehabilitation was established, and it was great because it was providing the state and various agencies with talented youth, Egyptian youth, who really have the skills and capabilities to make a big difference in Egypt. So to summarize what I just mentioned, the youth are great. Egyptian youth are great. They can connect. They have vision. They are really can work with cross-functional teams. They always seek their development. They always work in a way they love their country, Egypt, and also they want to work in a global level to make a big difference.
Amen
so I'm really
to that.
proud of the Egyptian
and
youth.
here
They
I
are
should
great.
mention 3 words, if you permit me, because those 3 words, I think, they can play such a pivotal role in the way of thinking in any of our youth's mind, of course. And here I'm talking about, of course, the Egyptian youth, but also youth in general. Innovation, competitiveness, and sustainability. Those three words are key words, as I said. Do you think now that our youth know well the meaning of each letter of these three words, the meaning or the deep meaning of these words informing their future and in supporting them to lead our country and to lead their future?
Of course. Actually, we always say there is a way and area for improvement. Like if we said, okay, the youth can focus on innovation, definitely, but you know, innovation is a big word, and successful people will always say, how can we improve, how can we do better? And as you know, we are living in this global era. So in the global era, even if you are solving problems, you are also in the future going to face new problems, and you are going to face new challenges. So the key here is always to make sure that you are working in a sustainable way, as you just mentioned, in a way where you always think, how can I make sure that my success is sustainable? Not my success as an individual, as a country, as a community, as a global world, you know, because we really need to make sure that everything is sustainable, even innovation, and all of the great things will happen, and any challenge can be solved because we are working in a synergy. We work as a team, even on a global level.
And in harmony. One final question, sir. How do you see the keenness of our political leadership to empower youth? And I think this is very tangible on the ground since day one of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's presidency. All the time he is talking about empowering youth, empowering women, but based on scientific research, based on technical education, based on qualifying cadres. He is always saying that investing in the human being is the most important investment in general. How do you see this and efforts exerted on the ground to achieve that?
Great. I see it's really important, and it shows a great vision from the president that he needs to develop the youth. He needs to make sure that the youth are competitive. He wants to make sure that they gain all the resources that they can have, despite all the challenges that people are facing worldwide right now. So actually, I can see it's really amazing because it can show the importance of empowering the youth, fostering their skills and innovation to make a big difference. And we can see this through even this wonderful approach which was done by the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. When I remember this wonderful program, FWD, this wonderful program was a great sponsored program by the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology in Egypt. And I remember I was in the US during that trip, and I saw a lot of wonderful ads coming from this wonderful sponsored program where the Egyptian youth can learn more about digital era. They can gain a lot of skills in digital marketing and machine learning and great things, and all of it is covered by the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. So raising the awareness about those programs, working with the youth in a way to develop them, to foster their innovation, to make sure that they are really competitive, was really showing the vision of the president and the wonderful opportunities that the Egyptian youth can have. And as we always say, there is always area for improvement, and we can always work together to overcome any challenges in the future and to make a big impact. And we are really proud that Egypt is offering all of those wonderful programs to the Egyptian youth right now in this digital era. Thank you. Great question. Great question.
Well, Dr. Ahmed Montaser, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day.